Hey everyone, and welcome to.
Kessel Run Weekly.
My name is Danny,
I'm Heather.
and today we have a lot of cool stuff going on. We have a special guest with us, Kenny White from KennyThePirate.com. Say hey.
Hey guys, nice to see you.
Nice
It's
to see
awesome
you
to have you.
too. Welcome.
Yes. So we're really excited to have him on because we're actually talking Disney parks today, which is something a little out of the norm for us and everything. But as we know, there's been a lot of cool Star Wars stuff coming out of the Disney parks and everything here as of late, with the announcement of Galaxy's Edge. There's a new VR thing that's happening, Secrets of the Empire, and a lot of other cool stuff. And so we brought him on as our resident expert to kind of explore all of that stuff with us. So, Kenny, if you don't mind, well, first off, I want to just let you know he's my uncle, so I'm going to be a little proud here, real quick. So, this is my uncle Kenny. But if you don't mind, just kind of tell us a little bit about your website.
Okay, well, Kenny the Pirate started as a result of a couple of things. One, I was a children's pastor at the time, and I created a character that was this wacky pirate who would come in and basically like throw cold water on the lesson. No, that'll never work. And the kids would always banter back with the pirate, So it's kind of a way of locking in the idea by correcting the bad guy pirate. And then I saw this contest that was called the Disney Dream Job, and the Disney Dream Job allowed someone to portray a pirate as a cast member in Disneyland for a single day, and that just seemed like that really was a dream job. It was like I'd been to the parks so much, had so much knowledge of the parks, but I had actually never been to Disneyland, so. It winning that contest would give me a chance to do that. Well, I was one of the top winners and got to take the trip and dressed in pirate gear from the movies, played the role, messed with the guests, asked them why they were wearing like, spotted glasses were like, double spotted eye patches, Got to have a little fun with them.
That is
And then
awesome.
just sharing things on message forums and boards and things like that. And that kind of led to seeing that I kept answering the same questions repeatedly. So I decided to launch my own website, which initially was just geared for character meet and greets, and then it's grown a great deal since then.
That is awesome.
Very cool. Very cool.
So, what attracted you to the Disney franchise of all of the things out there? What is it about Disney that really made you want that particular?
Well, I came to Disney as a second half of our honeymoon in 1990 and enjoyed our time a couple of days down here. And then when my kids were old enough, around 2003, something like that, we started bringing them regularly down for vacations. And it really connected with them, the aspect of riding the rides and having fun, playing with the characters. It just was a kind of a dream world for them to escape to. So for a long time, it was about what they were experiencing. And then I saw how much joy they were having doing it, and I joined in with them.
Always nice. That's great.
Oh, definitely. And we actually have, well, we personally don't, but there is video out there of this Kenny the Pirate in
There is.
action for the Dream Job.
If you click on the About on kennythepirate.com, you'll see the videos from my dream job experience, my entry video, as well as me actually getting to be a pirate.
We
Yeah,
can
you
put a
definitely don't
link
want to
on
miss it.
that at the posts if
Absolutely. We definitely will. So yeah, guys. So with Kenny the Pirate here, we wanted to make sure that we had our expert on the parks and things like that to talk Galaxy's Edge. So Galaxy's Edge, for those of you who may have been under a rock and don't know yet, that's going to be our Star Wars land that has been talked about for quite some time. I believe it's going to launch in 2019. Is that correct?
Yeah, 2019 is supposed to be the opening date. They're going to open the one in Disneyland first. I'll make the presumption that that would probably be like late May, early June. And then they'll open the one here in Disney World. I'm going to guess closer to Christmas because we're a little farther behind schedule than they are.
Okay. Merry Christmas to us.
yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Definitely. And so, I mean, there's been a lot of cool stuff out there, but the one thing that I mean, a few things actually that I'm really excited about, and I've kind of heard, I don't know if it's a rumor or if it's completely true, but so obviously we have the Millennium Falcon experience where it's kind of you get to fly the Millennium Falcon.
Mhm.
There's going to be different things with the cantina and other like I've heard missions, things like that, where it's actually going to affect your reputation throughout the land.
Yeah, there's supposed to be some sort of interactive game that you're going to play. People presume that it's going to be something to do with a lightsaber in some form, whether you're using your phone as a lightsaber or purchase a lightsaber. It would make sense to purchase, right? If you're going to sell stuff to people, that you would sell stuff
Definitely.
to people. So, kind of, if you've ever been to Harry Potter over here in Orlando, if you've been to his area, then they have the wand experience where you wave the wand around and it makes special effects happen. I'm
Hmm.
going to assume that you might have some sort of lightsaber experience here like that, where you do something to interact with the screen, and then it saves what you've done and achievements, and then you kind of level up. That's the way it sounded anyway.
That
Yeah,
is so
yeah.
cool.
I'd heard something to along the lines of like when you go to the cantina, depending on your reputation, you may actually get called out, kind of stuff like that. So I mean, that'd be pretty cool. I
Yeah.
think that'd be awesome because I mean, I love the fact that it's supposed to be this immersive land. I
Mhm.
do, I do wonder how immersive is it. Because I mean, obviously you've got different themed lands and everything through Disney. So I mean, like you've got your Tomorrowland and all that. It's not necessarily the immersive experience, but it's almost a theme. And so, do you have any insight on that, Kenny, as far as what might that include?
Well, from when I spoke with Scott Trowbridge, who's in charge of the project at D23, Scott actually said that their goal is to have like the characters roaming through the land, that you'll interact with the characters. It's not going to be necessarily as much like a setup meet and greet, but you're just going to be in the same world and environment with all these other characters sharing their space. And you might stop them for a photo along the way, but they're not going to be like standing there with their autograph book and all. The typical Disney experience. They're going to move away from that. The aspect we just talked about with the reputation building and the possible idea of maybe using the sword, the lightsaber,
Hmm.
the land itself. If you've ever been to one of the more modern Disney lands like Avatar or Cars Land, you really get lost in those experiences. You forget where you are, and that's what they're looking for. You're going to go to a brand new Star Wars land and a new area that doesn't exist anywhere else in their movies or books, and you're going to fly in there basically, and then you'll experience that land. I would assume the Star Wars fans are going to go there and just spend the whole day. I mean, they're not going to be able to throw you out. You're just going to be like, no, not here.
you
I'd
think?
tack an S on that personally.
I mean, you think they'll start like renting out space or something like that? This is a galactic apartment complex over
Yeah,
here.
it could be on. It could be like, Coruscant or something on the
There you go.
4,000th level, and you're like fighting muggers. And I'm joking, but that would
They
definitely
rented
be,
to
yeah.
Tomorrowland one. They could rent out areas. You never know.
You never know.
I
Like
mean,
your own foreign cabana.
I mean, I'm just saying, like, I would dress the part every day. I would live there if I could. That would be awesome. I'm so excited for it. And I mean, I know y'all know that I am, but like, I mean, it's a dream come true, really. I mean, and I think that's the coolest part about it is that, I mean, Star Wars fans who have been in it. I mean, as long as we have, I mean, my entire life. Which I mean, there's others that have obviously been in it even longer since '77. But at the same time, like it's just awesome, just to think
Mhm.
that all of this stuff that you've been imagining, acting like as a kid, acting out these scenes and all this other kind of stuff, running around like Jar Jar, whatnot. I mean,
You
it's
still
cool.
judging me?
You're right. I mean, it's cool to see that actually come to life in a very legitimate, just awesome way. Just to think of what could be, because I mean, I know obviously they haven't given their entire bag of tricks out, just enough to whet our appetite.
But there is something unique about when you go into an immersive land like that, like Cars Land, Avatar, Diagon Alley, places you feel yourself in the story instead of just kind of passively seeing a story on a movie. You're actually participating in the story. So that's what makes it a lot more fun is how the Imagineers are now dreaming about new ways to get you involved in it. Like we were talking about the connection with the missions. What say if we're on the Millennium Falcon ride and we're shooting away, we're
Yeah.
blasting away at Tie fighters, and then when you finish, maybe that helps you in your reputation, or you earned a higher reputation, and then the bounty hunters are searching for you now.
Oh, that'd be
So
so
maybe
cool.
you're walking around. How awesome would it be if a bounty hunter actually even knew who you were? I think that'd be cool because Magic Man can do that.
Oh yeah,
You're
That would be
has your name
cool.
on it.
yeah, definitely.
That'd be neat to see how it all works. I mean, if nothing else, we get to see a really cool land.
Hmm. Absolutely. Now, can you imagine like Cad Bane or Boba Fett walking up behind you? Hey, kid.
Grab you by the back of the shirt, and grab
Right.
your leg.
You're coming with me.
Yeah. That would be so awesome. So did you have any other insight or anything like that as far as like what to expect for Galaxy's Edge or anything like that?
Well, there's two different ride experiences. You have the Millennium Falcon that we just discussed, and then the
Hmm.
other one is going to be one that deals with the New Order. You're going to have the characters, the Kylo Ren characters, the more modern stormtroopers. They're going to be in another area, which we do know for sure has giant AT-ATs, not AT-ATs. For those of you who are Star Wars fans, I know I love Star Wars. I'm not like super geek fan, you know. I'm like I know it well enough to make myself dangerous kind of guy. So AT-ATs will be inside the building, so that's part of your experience. Somehow or other, you're going to resist them. So you're going to resist this force that's coming against you. That'll be a lot of fun. Then, as you said, the cantina, the music, you have the
Mhm,
band, all this different kind of styling that goes on. And of course,
mhm.
Disney's rock work. That's what
Yeah.
they do. They build giant rock works. So you'll be on that country. But other than that, they're not giving away a whole lot more in tips as far as to do. You
And
mentioned earlier about the three entrances. Why don't you say something about that?
about what now?
The three entrances, how there are three different
Yes.
themed entrances.
Yeah, so I had heard, I think it was through Nerdist.com, one of their correspondents had mentioned that I don't know if it's the same as Disney World, but in Disneyland, apparently there are supposed to be three different entrances. So one where you enter in straight to the First Order. So this whole very controlled area that's like on lockdown.
The
You'll
hangar
have
bay
Stormtroopers.
on a
Yeah,
Star Destroyer, I thought it was.
probably something to like that and everything. So it's just all themed First Order, gray, red, all that. Another area you're entering in on the Resistance side. So more of like the Rebels and kind of like what we see at the Force Awakens when they meet up with Leia and everything. And then there's like a neutral ground, and I want to say it was something like indoor, I think is how they described it. So I mean, I think that's really cool as far as having different story experiences depending on where you come in. Because I mean, I would imagine if you enter in on the First Order side, that you're probably going to be indoctrinated to the First Order. It's going to be
Yeah,
like, okay, cool, you're with us. Hey, you're with
because
us
there's like a
now.
First Order TIE fighter sitting right there at the entrance as you come in.
That is awesome. I remember being like completely amazed by that at Star Wars Celebration. That was my favorite place
I
to
saw
be.
that picture. That was
Yeah,
awesome.
that TIE fighter and the AT-AT that they had there, that was my favorite thing to just sit there and just stare and look at. I loved it. But I mean, just seeing those like life scale kind of things, like, I mean, that's going to be awesome. That's going to be so awesome. But I really think that it'll be cool because it almost, with the three different entrances, it kind of seems like it would lend to different story points of views and story, I guess, the beginning of a story, really. So, I mean,
Mhm.
obviously, you have your choices, I would think. Going from First Order, maybe you can defect like Finn did, or as a Resistance pilot or a Resistance troop or whatnot. Maybe you can flip to the First Order. What does that do to your reputation? Things like that. So, I mean, it lends to a lot of different ways to tell the story. So, I think that'd be
Could
really
be like
interesting.
the little girl the other day in the video I saw where she was at Jedi Training Academy, and
Mhm.
when it came time for her to battle against Darth Vader, she laid down her lightsaber and bowed to him.
I love that. That was so cute.
Yes.
And the guy didn't know what to do. He was like, "What?"
It's like, just roll with it, guys. Just roll
Yeah.
with
They did really
Yeah,
good. They were like, oh, okay, well.
it. Yeah. Let's modify this a
the
little
same
bit.
model that they're using for Disneyland is supposed to be just copied and pasted to here. So the
Cool.
assumption would be if you're coming from Toy Story Land, which will be created for us next year. You
Hmm.
come through that entrance, you're going to experience the Millennium Falcon side or the light side, and then if you're going more closer to the Muppet side, then they'll definitely have a dark side entrance. So there must be a third entrance in that area somewhere. because the structure of how Hollywood Studios is set up, the second and third would need to be close to each other, as opposed to where the light side, when Millennium Falcon, would be way over on the right hand side of the park.
Oh, that's where I'll live all the time.
Well, that just reinforces days instead of just day. Yeah.
Right. No, I feel like there's going to be way too much to see in just one day.
Yeah.
Like, I would definitely be interested in seeing how you guys put together a touring plan for Star Wars Land when it comes out. Because, I mean, like, the plans that you guys have already are really, really cool. And we can talk about that a little bit later in the show, too. But, I mean, like, I would be interested to see. So you're going to go from the Millennium Falcon to the First Order. So, like, I mean, it just looks so massive. Like, I don't know how you could catch that in one day.
You would definitely need to make sure you book your fast passes 60 days in advance when you're in Disney World, because just like that.
And use character
locator right here is already going away quickly, but Star Wars is going to take that to a whole other level.
Oh, absolutely.
And make sure, I was just saying, and make sure you utilize characterlocator.com.
Oh yeah, definitely. Because that'll get you your inside information.
There you go.
Exactly.
Shameless plug.
That's where your plans are hidden.
Yeah.
There you go. They'll give you the complete plans to the Death Star. Just don't let the First Order know.
Yeah, exactly. Protected by Princess Leia and your subscription.
There you go. So there you go. So cool. And so, and even moving forward with Galaxy's Edge, they made the announcement, I think it was a week or so ago, of a brand new VR experience. The Secrets of the Empire, I believe is what it's called. Now, is that going to be in the park, or is that outside of the park?
No, that's going to be located inside of Disney Springs, which is our shopping and dining district. You actually have to there. It's a bit of a drive to get out to Disney Springs, but they're going to locate it in one of the businesses there, and it'll basically be a VR experience where you can go in and have a fully immersive, and they say social experience with the game that they're creating. It's created by the Void, and they're putting together the idea that you're going to go in and actually fight with blasters against the First Order, I assume. I'm not really sure because, you see K2SO, so it's even older. That's more, Rogue One. So you're fighting someone. Maybe it's a blending of the whole universe, but
yeah,
there's some battling going on.
Maybe it's a Battlefront 2 situation.
There you go. We're going through and filling in the gaps. But yeah, I was really excited.
Yeah, you're probably right. It probably does have a lot of similarity to that.
Yeah, I wouldn't doubt it. I mean, and that would be cool too, because like I'd heard of the Void. I think they're based back in Utah or something like that. A while back on some random Facebook video, somebody was talking about them, and they were putting together. At that point, they were testing this complex that they have, where it's literally like a VR that kind of utilizes your senses. So like if you walk towards a chair in the game, if you reach out, there's actually a chair there, and kind of things like that. So you actually, like, it's mapping to your surroundings and things like that. So if they actually go through and, which I would imagine, otherwise Disney wouldn't sign off on that. But I mean, if they were going through and basically putting the same thing in place, the same principles, I mean, that could be amazing. Now, with it being
you're talking about the technology that the Void has, and then you're adding to that industrial light and magic and Skywalker sound.
Oh yeah.
So, yeah. You're probably stepping that up a pretty good bit, huh?
A little bit. Now, with it being on, or it looks like in the photo on Mustafar, I don't know. I think lava might be a insurance liability, so we may have to kind of keep that out of the out of that whole thing. But I mean, hey, we'll see.
Ouch! 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 Ouch!
Exactly.
Curtain shoes must be worn for this experience.
I was thinking burn cream is available on your exit.
Everyone can purchase their aloe vera for only $9.99.
There you go. And then you have pre-Vader Anakin burnt up, and don't be like this guy. Follow the signs. So there you go. So cool. And so I'm trying to think what else we had for Galaxy's Edge. Let's see. We had the Star Wars VR experience, the hotels. That's something that we haven't talked about.
Totally different thing and brand new.
Yeah. So tell us a little bit about how the hotels are going to go.
Well, the concept is that you're actually going to be staying like on a Star Wars starship, for example, looking out into the galaxy. Your entire room would be themed to Star Wars. They're talking about possibly having different environments, so that way you could choose one room one day and another room a different day. Very costly though. From what I've heard, you're looking at a family of four maybe spending like $1,200 to stay there for a couple of days.
Yeah,
So
Wow.
I
it
can
will not be
imagine.
an expensive experience.
But I mean, waking up to the galaxy every morning, though. I mean, come on.
Yeah,
That
yeah,
would be
right outside
cool.
your window is a battle of TIE fighters.
Oh, that'd be so
Fighting.
awesome. Um, it was funny because I had read somewhere too that they were kind of doing kind of the mission kind of thing as well, to trying to make it an immersive experience once again. I mean, because it seems to be the theme across the Star Wars land is that they want you to feel like you have literally stepped onto a starship and you are in Star Wars.
Right.
And so like going through with the missions and things like that. I mean, I think that would. I feel like I would never leave the hotel if that were the case. Like, all
For
right,
that
just Charlotte.
much, I probably wouldn't.
You're not wrong. So, guys, we're starting a GoFundMe for Star Wars. Like, no, just like. But I mean, I'm excited to see exactly what the Star Wars hotels are going to really look like, because it'd be cool if they did have the different themes and everything. Like, so you have one in space or something like that, and then another one maybe is on Tatooine.
See, that's
Or
what I was
on
thinking,
Naboo
like,
or something like that. Yeah.
have you a little hut out there and have a whole bunch of burned things.
Oh,
You're walking around.
Scuba gear if you're going to Naboo, though?
do I now?
Wouldn't you need scuba gear on Naboo?
Certain
Depends on what
areas
part
of
of
it,
Naboo.
definitely.
You wake up and you see one of the underwater monsters from episode 1. It's like,
Yeah.
oh, what was it? Big Uberfish?
Yeah, always a bigger fish.
So I mean, that would be really cool. So as far as Star Wars, just in general in the parks, are there any new or recent changes or anything exciting happening at Hollywood Studios now?
Exciting. There is a change, but the change was that they took our Jawas away.
I was thinking of that when I was
Oh,
like, why are
no.
the Jawas leaving? I don't understand.
They were so much fun. Like I never got to like trade with them and everything. I know you did, Kenny, but like I mean, I don't know. Like what leads to that decision, or what led to that decision rather?
That one's tough. I don't know. That's beyond my pay grade, I guess.
I got you.
I don't know. Everyone loved the Jawas. They loved trading with them. They used to give away little robot parts. You could get little droid parts from them. You trade them something cool or shiny, and they would give you a piece to a little mini droid. They put in the BB-8 experience in a similar area to where they were located, but it wasn't the same area. And I don't know. Maybe it was a budget reason, or they're planning to do some other expansion there. I'm not sure, but yeah, our dear Jawas are gone. We still have Chewbacca, Kylo Ren, and then BB-8. There's a stage show that goes on every day that we joke around here. We call it the Star Wars Fashion Show. Basically, it's like they march out a series of different characters: C-3PO, R2-D2, Rey, BB-8, Darth Vader, Kylo Ren, Boba Fett. I probably forgot someone, but they come out. They do little clips from the movie and combine them with the character. Come out. Maybe they shoot a blaster and then they walk away, or just little short clips of from things from their movies. And then the March of the First Order happens. Captain Phasma starts at the beginning of Hollywood Studios and marches up the main street all the way to the stage. She does like a presentation of her troops. They get right in your face, and
Very
then they turn
intimidating.
and walk away.
Yeah, it's so cool.
Of course, we mentioned Jedi Training Academy earlier. That's for the little guys, like 4 to 12-year-olds. They can go and actually be young Padawans and battle against the Seventh Sister or against Darth Vader. So that's a pretty neat experience. And then there's a couple of movie-based things in the park as well.
Yeah. So 4 to 12-year-olds at heart, right? That's what you said? I heard that correctly.
I'm not sure that you and I could pass for 12, but you know, if you're close to 12, maybe
I'm not
I'm not going to ask for ID.
So there you go. Now, I know during Galactic Nights for Star Wars Celebration, that was the first time they debuted Rey. Has Rey become a staple in the Galaxy Far, Far Away show?
Yes, she is a part of the fashion show now.
Is she available for a meet and greet?
No, we don't have a meet and greet at this time.
Okay.
It makes sense to put her with BB-8 though, because then you'd have a human speaking character there.
Right. I feel like it'd add a lot more to it because I mean it was cool meeting BB-8, but I mean when your dad has built his
Built
own,
his
it's kind
own,
of
right?
Your dad's is better.
So I mean it's kind of like I see this every day, so give me something. No, I'm just playing. Disney, don't come after me. So yeah, so cool. I'm trying to think. Is there anything else that we missed as far as the parks
I
or
don't
anything
have
like that?
anything as the parks. I have
Mhm.
things as like a Star Wars fan.
Okay, let's hear it.
I was wondering, do you have a favorite character?
Favorite character from all of the movies would be
Yeah,
Chewbacca.
whatever the fandom, you can choose
Yeah,
anybody.
Chewbacca. Chewbacca gives the
Chewbacca.
best hugs.
And does he? Does he
Yeah,
stink?
he'll bend your glasses. He'll hug you so hard.
Do they give you an authentic aroma? No.
Uh,
Thank goodness.
maybe the aroma of sweat.
Well, no, I just know that Wookiees really stink. So I was like, but no, I'm joking. That's cool.
You get the Wookiee sweat smell, I guess.
There you go. It's a slight wet dog smell in the air.
The wet dog. Slowly.
And do you have a favorite moment?
In the movies,
Anywhere. It could be like show, movies, book, EU, whatever you like.
A park,
the most
anything.
powerful moment in all the movies to me was at the end of Rogue One, because I was like, they all died.
I know.
Oh, I'm sorry, that was spoiler alert. They all
We
died.
spoiled it a long time ago on episode what, 7?
Something like
I
that,
think.
yeah.
Spoiling something like 3 months after it, so that was pretty powerful, though. To see the
It was.
characters all kind of lay down their life for the cause that they all believed in so heavily. That was pretty moving to me. Before that, I guess whenever you saw the projection from R2D2 with Princess Leia asking for help, that was something that would really stick in my mind, because that was something I saw when I was a kid.
And it's like you see this image in a time where it didn't really exist, that kind of technology, and you're like, how did they do that? That's what I did anyway.
They were far more technically advanced in the past than we are now.
Oh yeah. Just shows that we digress every day, apparently.
I think there was like a curve that went there.
Yeah. We must be in that valley. Eventually, we'll get back up there.
We're climbing.
There you go. We need lightsabers and holograms ASAP. I need my own X-wing. I need my own X-wing. That's what needs to happen. So cool. So, and Kenny, you actually have an app that's really helpful to Disney park goers, lovers of all ages. You want to tell us a little bit about that?
Yeah, that's called characterlocator.com. Your dad and I actually created that together. He's the programmer. What it is currently, at this moment, it provides information for Disneyland and Disney World. We have all of the touring plans on there so that you don't have to try to figure out how to tour around the parks. If you just follow the plan step by step, book the fast passes that we recommend that you book, just follow the steps, you're going to have a terrific time. Hardly ever wait. It has all the full schedules for characters and shows. It has the menus, very detailed information about every ride, how tall you have to be, how long the ride actually lasts, all the health and accessibility issues that you might have, whether it fits well for larger or smaller guests, taller guests, those sort of things. We have a crowd calendar that tells you the best times to go. So then you can pick the best week or best day, best park on a certain day. Trivia. There's all kinds of Disney trivia to play in those few minutes that you're actually standing in a line, because you don't stand in lines much using it. So it's a wide-ranging tool, and we're continuing to add more and more stuff to it.
That is so awesome. So no surprises.
Oh, there's always going to be surprises.
Well, of course, but I mean like big ones,
Yeah.
like devastating ones.
Yeah, and it's cool too because like my favorite. Yeah, exactly. And my favorite part of the character locator thing was just really cool that I had learned. I don't think I actually knew about it until we went Star Wars Celebration. It may have been before that. I'm not 100% sure, but there's for each of the character meets, there's like special interaction tips and things like that. Like for example, like Buzz Lightyear, he has an off, or you can act like you're pressing his off button or something like that, or the reset button, and he goes into Spanish Buzz, like he did in Toy Story 3 and things like that. And it actually, I tried it, it works. So just like little cool stuff like that just makes everything a little bit more magical.
So certain ways that you can pose with different characters in order to make a really cool photo.
Mm-hmm. And apparently Chewbacca does not approve of my Wookiee roar, so I'm working on that for the next time. What's that?
You show us yours, and I'll show you mine. You do your Wookiee. All right, your turn.
Okay. Let's do it. I do it all the time. You do it.
All right.
All right, your turn.
Nice. There you go. All right, Heather.
Okay, are you ready?
We're ready.
I promise that's as good. Let me see. Yeah, see, I can't. I've tried to like do the throat thing. I never can do it. See, my husband can do it.
Courage hanging ball.
Yeah.
My husband can do it really well. I can't.
So there you go. You heard it here first, guys.
Where else can you go and see people compete in Wookieedom?
Exactly. So cool.
Kessel Run Weekly.
Hey, there you go. So Heather, did you have anything else or anything like that?
Good.
Cool. All right.
Are you looking forward to The Last Jedi?
Yes.
Yes.
All right.
Awesome. What are you most looking forward to?
Yeah.
I want to see what the relationship is between Rey and Luke.
Nice.
Is there a history here already that we don't know about?
What is your theory?
Well, I'm not really sure. I don't have a great theory on it, but I'm just wondering. I'm like,
does anybody ever really have a great theory
here that we don't know about, or was she somehow also kind of generated from the Force, or we don't really know enough about her yet? You know, they didn't tell enough. They didn't give us a backstory, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
He just appeared.
Right.
I mean, we know about Luke, and he's the superhero, and
yeah,
we'll see how it goes.
Her and Ben are both very shrouded in mystery at this point.
It'll be exciting to finally get some answers. Yes. I think we're going to get some answers in this one, though.
Definitely.
For sure. And then we can invite Kenny back with a snazzy Last Jedi shirt, right?
You bring it on.
There you go. Well, cool. All right, guys. So, Kenny, can you tell them where to find you and your app?
KennyThePirate.com is my regular news website, and CharacterLocator.com is the place you go to get all of your planning information. Cool.
All right, guys. And you can find us on KesselRunWeekly.com. It has all of our social media and everything there. You can find us on social media at Kessel Run Weekly. We have episodes every single week. And don't forget, because we've had a lot of new people join us on Facebook here recently, we have a Facebook group. And we've actually revamped the name, so don't judge us.
So we don't get confused.
Yes, so the Kessel Run Weekly Smugglers. So join our Facebook group, and we will obviously talk with you back. We want to hear your theories. We want to hear what's your favorite things about Star Wars, your least favorite things, anything. It's a safe place for you to just have fun as a Star Wars fan, and we want to talk with you guys. So definitely check back there for any live updates, anything like that, and join our group. So cool. So until next time, guys, my name is Danny.
I'm Heather.
And I'm Kenny, and may the Force be with you.
Perfect.
There you go.